It's The Boy, except this time with an actual boy. You think I'm kidding. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film Shut In. Now this this is a film which was delayed, as far as I'm aware, for a couple months to a year. I don't know how long it was, but it falls into the same trap as The Disappointments Room did, and Masterminds, and other films which fall into this category, which are still going to be coming out in this year and early next. Now, the general premise of this film is that we have the psychiatrist played by Naomi Watts. After losing her husband in a deadly car crash, she has to take care of her son, who is now essentially helpless and he can't really do a whole lot for himself. He's confined to a chair. She has to clothe them, feed them, bathe them, all that type of stuff. And when this young deaf boy, played by Jacob Tremblay, just kind of shows up in her life after he was going to be shipped off somewhere else, and then she discovers them in her garage one day, weird things start to happen, and you just don't know what's going to happen as he disappears. And we have her movie from there. This movie isn't absolutely terrible. It does have some redeeming qualities. Naomi Watts' performance was actually pretty good. I bought it for the most part. She plays scared victim very well, and I enjoyed her performance for the most part in this film. I also thought that Charlie Heaton did a good job, especially just playing this guy who essentially can't move. His performance goes down a little bit in the third act. One of the biggest crimes of this film is that it severely underuses Jacob Tremblay's character, because he says, I don't even know if he says 10 lines in the whole thing, but he doesn't really do a lot, and he's hardly in the film at all. And when you have an actor from Room, who I'm pretty sure he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, you want to use them a little bit more than that, and he just felt very, very wasted in this film for me. Now there's an intriguing twist which shows up with about 40 minutes left of the film to go, so that actually had interesting perspectives and consequences which it could have played through. But this is where it gets it's such a similar film to The Boy. And if you've seen The Boy, you basically know how the plot of the film is going to go. So I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen The Boy, which I wouldn't really blame you for, since it was a terrible film early in July, I'm pretty sure. But basically there's a lot of jump scares which are really unnecessary. For instance, there is a scene where there's noises happening in the garage, and then, oh hey, there's a raccoon which jumps out of a wood pile, and that's the only thing. There's nothing which is on James Wan level where you have like actual terrifying things happening which are supposed to cause jump scares, which are legitimate jump scares. It's just these cheap things which just have begun to bother me a lot in these thrillers and horror-esque films. It's unnecessary. Get better, directors. The film is also very predictable. In regards to the jump scares, I was able to at one point kind of just count one down. Literally, I said to myself 3, 2, 1, and it happened. And so that was just kind of very annoying and kind of disappointing. It's like, oh hey, I can predict these so well at this point, and it's just kind of annoying. That ultimately just made the film really, really boring. Ultimately, I just didn't really get into it that much. It does have some decent moments of kind of tension, but they're just so heavily played out and elongated that they just kind of dispel themselves very, very quickly, and eventually it's just like, come on, get going. Have this person who's in this house, find them and have something happen, instead of just people running around the whole time and nothing really happening. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Shut In. It's not that good. I would say it's slightly better than The Boy. It does do some things towards the end a little bit better from what I remember The Boy doing. But ultimately, it's a very similar setup, which is really frustrating. So yeah, don't see this if you have the opportunity, because it's not really worth your time. But guys, those are my thoughts on Shut In. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, fair, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.